One thing you cannot take away from the East is talent. This is where we see young people that are very, very passionate with regards to their talent. And they try everything possible to make sure that this talent comes to the limelight. A lot of people believe that Enugu and the Southeast somehow is a trap city. So it is very difficult for somebody that sings or that is heavy in the Afrobeat to come up. Because for some years, we just see guys that are doing trap, popping in the city, getting popular in the city, people singing their songs word for word. But very recently, somebody decided to do something that blew up almost everybody's mind. Coming on stage and listening to the crowd singing Afrobeat word for word. It is something that a lot of people did not see happening in the East pretty soon. But then again, it happened. Today, I have that person that brought some kind of new wave with regards to Afrobeat in the city and in the Southeast. Paddy K Jr. Emphasis on the junior because there is a senior Paddy K. How are you doing, Maji?
I'm doing right, man.
Good to see you.
Same, brother.
Let's get to know you. Jenny Banfadi, Kedebish.
Afambo Ilediegwu Chukwuanugo Patrick.
Okay.
Abumoyu in Enugu State.
Which part of it?
Okana.
Okana. In Anakobere?
Yes, now.
When was the last time you drank a proper Udi wine? Palm wine, like palm wine and Udi off?
Say last year.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Ah, okay. So when did you decide to get into music fully?
I decided to get into music fully 2019.
Okay.
2019, during the COVID period.
Oh.
And that COVID now even make me discover myself.
So what you been dating say you go be before COVID?
Me, I no book now.
Yeah.
So I've been teaching at school.
Yeah.
I'll go school, study one kind, crazy, maybe say law.
Okay.
Study law, do something. But during that COVID period, I lost my phone. You get. So I no been they do anything at that time. I just did. I was like, okay, let's do something. Let's try. Because me, the talents don't do since primary school. I said, okay, make I try compose. Make I try do something. Maybe say I go do I'll say that, okay, this is me. This is me telling my story. And that was how we started. So
shout out to that phone that you lost.
Shout out to COVID.
So from 2019 till now, how has the journey been so far?
Beautiful, because there has been growth. Yeah, I'll say beautiful and crazy too, because you do it for the longest time and people are not hearing you. You go for. I met you 2020.
Okay.
I came to your radio station from school.
Okay.
With my friend, I came to your radio station. That was the day. Big respect to you, Ajbo. Big respect.
Thank you.
Big respect.
I'm collecting my flowers.
That was the day I came to your station from school. Now you tell me, say, no be so ideal. Say you get talents, but you have to do more. You have to work harder. Do not play my song for free. You get. That was what made me know that make we continue this thing. Okay. You get where we did go.
I was with you. We were on a tour.
Yes.
Throughout May, then I think June to first week of June.
Yeah.
You came on stage in UNN and you said UNN Abamonkunu, something like that you're still a student of UNN and you are in mass comm department. I think you said final year.
Yeah.
Throughout the period of time you have been on this P, you are still in school. So how do you collaborate? Like, how do you collaborate? How do you collaborate it? How do you do music, do school, and you're still active?
It's just a thing of balance.
Okay.
You get. Sometimes I'm there in Osaka. Sometimes I'm here in town. Sometimes I'm everywhere. Sometimes one go the leak, so one is lagging sometimes, but I always try to maintain the balance.
Okay.
I go to school. I write my exams by myself. As funny as it sounds, I do everything by myself. The quiz, every single thing. And when it's time for music, I put my 100 in music as well. It's not easy. It's not an easy run, but I'm here now.
Sure.
You get, so me, I dey struggle, I dey do everything. And my manager too, they help. Be it when I know they're around, they go try fit in some things where go they make the music they run. Then when I'm in school, they go they help out with some things when I know this. So I just have the best team. They are helping me make everything easy for me. So shout out to them 100.
Yeah, so how about the main Paddy K? Did Paddy K and the whole family support you with regards to getting into music fully?
I think that's the biggest plus I have.
Okay.
That's the biggest.
Paddy K is the dad, by the way. Like the real Paddy K is the dad.
Yes, my dad is the main Paddy K. That's why there's Paddy K Jr.
Okay.
Yes, my dad is the main Paddy K. So when I started music, it was when I was very, very young. You know, that time for primary school, you get money where they give me. I performed Gozi Okeke song. That money make my papa say, Omo, say, yeah, this music thing go work.
Your papa saw Project Whiskey back.
You see, it's okay, let's do this. So when I entered secondary school, now when problem come day be that, because I did hostel. I go Federal Government College in Enugu border. Okay. So now I was missing school activities to go perform at Nsuka, all those places. That was when it became a problem. But because of my mom and my siblings, my dad said, okay, let's go, let's continue. So I've had my parents and family support from day one till now. Like now plus what I get for music be that. Those ones, they know they too worry like that.
Okay. So let's come into who you are right now.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, we have been on a tour together and you have a lot of songs. But there are 2 songs you decided to be performing throughout the period of time we were on that tour. And that is No Panic and Anxiety. Now, these were the 2 songs that, you know, gained crazy streams, people sing along and stuff like that. Yeah. But I checked and I think Anxiety has more than 2 million streams on Spotify alone. Yes. You get. So what happened? How did it happen? What happened? You switched from this, you know, guy that used to sing about love, ladies, and you're now singing about pain. You're making people cry. You're kneeling down and, you know.
Bro, reality will hit you.
Okay.
I had a whole year. I no see money, guy. You get, no be lyrics, so a whole year I was depending on people. Say, how far, bro? If you hear the talent's there. You do the music, you did sing, you did go shows, nothing. Because when I was writing the love songs, that was my reality. I was a lover boy. I get babe that time. You get, but I don't do that thing. See, this love now, you don't really put anything for my table. Though. During the course of the love, the girl self cheats. Many things happen. I tell myself, say, Omo, see guys go hustle. Then I can't they do 1 or 2 things, they find money, bro. I know see money. It's no easy. You get, I follow me, you go, guy. Is that?
Like for 1 full year?
1 full year. 1 full year. I no make money. January to December, I no make money. Then I go into studio, go talk with him in my mind. You understand? I started that song with 1 year gone. I no see $1 collect. No be lyrics now. There was so much hunger. I dey call people. I dey call my guys. Say how far. If when they go see this interview, then go relate. You understand? I dey call them. Say how far. Bro, it was that bad. So that was when my reality changed. See, the love of like anything, you know, why? And just wait. Let me just discover what's like. I'm just going my way out. Let me find myself.
Yeah.
So that was when that change happened. That was when that change occurred. The way I was thinking became different. The expectations I had from life became different. Me, I didn't say if I do music 1 year, I go blow. Yeah. Everything changed. The expectation changed. The hunger came. Times 10. A whole day like this. Remember that I got 001, you know, go chow morning, afternoon. That evening, if you don't pattern something. The hunger was 3 times much. The love was not even on my mind, bro. Even if I tried writing a love song, nothing was going to work. Nothing was working. So I had to just express myself. And expressing myself, those songs came out. So I think those songs are just a reflection of my experiences. You get time where I go my family house. Paddy K, we be everywhere, Paddy K. I go my family house, and they send me, make I go buy meat. Me. Make I go buy meat.
You my younger ones?
No, I'm last born. I want my younger one, all but I still make I go buy meat.
And this thing is something where they know they send you normally.
Now based on say you don't dey shake.
Yeah.
And that time
the celebrity of the family.
Yes. They go say make I go buy meat. Nah, they where they buy meat too. People they see me, but I say Jesus. That was when I said no. You know, say anything where you be now for your family, you will know. I said no, I have to leave. I have to go find my way. You get? So that was when all those things changed. Imagine me buying meat, bro. Nah, yeah.
Okay, maybe say
get-
to buy this in a bad thing, but then again, I understand where you're from.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, you did No Panic before Anxiety, yeah?
Yes.
That collaboration between you and Aguero Banks, how did it happen?
I've always been a big fan of Aguero Banks.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been a fan of, so right from secondary school days, you get. So when I wrote that song, I heard some things in that song, and I was like, Aguero Banks is going to be the perfect person for this record. So I reached out to him, followed due protocols, and the record happened. I wrote that song in Osaka. I wrote it in my lodge. I'm on the kind of hunger will hold me the day where I write that song. But I was not shaking, I was not panicking, because I knew that, and I still know that I am made for more. Everything I have today is nothing compared to what I will have in the future. So that period, I wrote that song with faith that no matter, I don't go panic. You understand? And I agree with somebody who shares in that story as well.
Yeah, I'm already saying, you know, for good sense.
Yeah, I mean, glass on board.
That lyric is crazy.
Yeah. So I reached out to him. We did the necessary things, and that collaboration happened.
And that collaboration was another thing that, you know, prompted what you did on Anxiety.
Yes.
Because it's more like some kind of link
Yeah.
in the Noka series. So that's No Panic was the first episode.
The first episode, yes, exactly.
Anxiety being the second episode. Okay, let's come back to your recent project, you know, Wishes.
Wishes, yes.
What led to that?
I'm 22 years old.
Okay.
You know, and I've always had this mindset that before 23, I will achieve a lot of things, I will achieve this and that. But brother, I have less than how many months to 23? You understand? I can't realize all those things now wishes, or all those things now wishes, and none of them are even, just little by little, but nothing, you know, sometimes I'm just thinking, as a young boy in HHT, it doesn't make sense. So I felt like that song was going to be a channel to express myself. See my parents now, they're still there for one day, Enugu. All those things suppose don't change by now. Not beside the rush God, though, but like I feel like all those things should have changed. And I lost someone that was very, very dear to me.
Yeah.
SK. He was my brother in secondary school. When since the Papa get money, that time, now they buy provisions, all those things. We will no guide now. How you go to there? You see, we go to chop from there. So after secondary school, I lost him.
What happened exactly?
He had some illness. I think it's best I keep it private, you know. But he had some complications, and we lost him from there. And the sad part of his death was that he called me severally that I should come and see him. But bro, I didn't have money to even call KKSF, because that time they stay for Nike. Me, I did one day. I know if you go from one day to Nike, because I didn't have the money to transport myself. Every day I go this postpone and say, no worry, SK, Wednesday, and I saw the income, say my guy don't die. Yo. That's why I feel guilty every day that I was not there for him during his last days. But respect to him. SK, respect to him. So that was what made that song possible.
Wishes, that's your last project.
My last project.
On Spotify, it has more than 500,000 streams on Spotify already.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your project.
Okay.
Because I don't think you have an EP.
I do.
Okay, you have an EP.
I have an EP out already.
What is the next project we should be expecting from you? Do you think you are ripe for an album?
I'm ripe for an album.
So when should we be expecting that?
Let's see how it goes.
You don't want to disclose it?
Nah. Let's see how it goes. I'm a man of so many possibilities.
Okay.
Anything is possible. Anything can happen.
Okay.
But I just want to let you guys know that so many things are on the way. Something is about to happen. Yeah, Tago. So put on your seatbelts.
Let's get into the industry fully now. As somebody doing Afrobeat in the East since 2019 till now, how has the experience been for you?
The experience has not been an easy one, I won't lie. It has not been an easy one. It's just like coming to somewhere that English is their lingua franca and you're speaking French. You understand? Even from secondary school, it has always been the normal trap, and all that. So that was why it was a bit of a challenge for me. I said, okay, how am I going to be visible in this environment? It was not easy for me. It was difficult. You guys show like this, they would want you. They throw water bottles at us, like Afrobeat artists. But me, let me talk about my experience personally. You know, I've been to shows over time, from 2019 till now. I've been to shows where they make you sing one song because it's an Afrobeat record. You know, you come on stage, people are booing, say, oh, what the fuck, man. And as the song was good, they loved the song, but they didn't just want that song at that time. So it has been a big challenge for me. But I love challenges.
Okay.
I love challenges a lot because that is what makes me prove myself. And it is already happening. My aim is to change the narrative in the Southeast. Yes, I want to sell out Okpara Square as an Afrobeat artist. People are coming out to sing. You're coming to sing. Not coming to jump, but you're coming to sing. Those melodies, those emotions, you feel they are raw from your soul. You're coming to sing. So it has been difficult, but in no distant time, they will be changing.
So the two tracks you have, No Panic and Anxiety, performing it on stage and you're looking at people singing those lyrics to you. Because your recent performances, normally you don't even need to, come and be singing. God, no, you just do your thing and the people are singing it back. How does that make you feel?
Feels good. It feels better than anything because I can remember when I used to print my lyrics, 2020, when I had my first song out, 2019, 2020. If I go for an event, I'll print out my lyrics. I still have the pictures on my phone. I print out the lyrics and I share it to people. Say, how far? That is, if I hear say my tongue don't reach, I will come to give them people, say, how far, bro? And maybe these are the enter next. So it feels good watching myself move from who I used to be, sharing my lyrics to having people expect me or want me to be on stage. So it's a beautiful experience. I'm really, really grateful to God for. So I feel good whenever it happens and I feel hungry for more. Because if we can do 10,000, we can do 20, we can do 50, we can do 100.
Okay. So do you have plans of leaving the East?
This is my home. I was born in Enugu State and I'm growing up in Enugu State. My music will leave the East, which is already happening. My music is leaving the East. If there is any need for me to be out of the East to go and do my business, I will leave the East. Mechakwa business, no place like home. You come back to your motherland. You come back to the East. Because this is where everything started. There is no Ajiboy in Lagos. There is no Ajiboy in Yankee. So at the end of the day, we will still come back, do our thing. Because this is where everything started.
There are talks about Southeastern artists not blowing mainstream, that for you to blow mainstream as a Southeastern artist, you need to blow a couple of times. That's you blow in a East, you blow in a West for you to get that national recognition. Do you think that is true?
From personal experience, I don't think it's true.
Okay.
I don't think it's true. So long as you're making good music, your music can travel anywhere. You can. I recorded Anxiety inside Monarch. You understand? I recorded it in Monarch, somewhere in Enugu State, and it's trending in Rwanda, other countries. So it's not about the location. I say they Enugu, they recorded. No, it's not that. It's the sound. Shout out to my brother Tough King. He's doing it. He's doing it. Oh, Enugu, but the sound is traveling in Lagos and beyond. So long as you're doing good music, it's not about your location. Of damn that talk. Know what you're doing. Follow the right thing you're supposed to do. Okay. Do music how music is meant to be done. Music is a universal language. I listen to French songs. I don't even know what they are saying. So it's not even about the language. Do good music, which I believe I am doing and I will continue doing. So I will do whatever I want to do in Nigeria and across the world from here.
Okay.
It's possible.
You have featured J Wheels on a project. You have done Aguero Banks on a project. So, who else should you expect? Okay, you have worked with Boy P on the remix of Anxiety. So, who else should we be expecting from you with regards to collaborations, and all those people are like guys from the East.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
expecting
yes.
you to do something with somebody from the West, because I was speaking to somebody, and the person said that you are good, lyrically good. The way you do the performances, everything about you very recently is on point. But your collaborations, you have had collaborations with guys from this part of the world. Shout out to J Wheels, Aguero Banks, Boy P. And the person said something. The person said, imagine Paddy K on a project with somebody like Tenny.
Okay.
You get, because of this new year, because it's more like singing from pain. So if you listen to the kind of thing Tenny does,
Okay.
it is from that kind of angle.
All right.
So if I tell you that you have let's say an open check, let me just say open check. Who do you think you can, work with to produce something that is crazy, a good sound that will be accepted everywhere in the world?
I'll say Zlatan.
Where do you want to do that with Zlatan?
We have the same message, we have the same direction.
Okay.
Yes, I see myself in him, I see myself in Ashake.
Okay.
These are people I want to work with. And then coming down, I think I want to work with TML Vibes. Ayomaf. These guys are good. Not because they sing well, because of the story and the embodiment of what they do and everything. I listen to them a lot.
Okay.
I listen to Shei Vibes, I listen to all of them, but then these are the people I feel like I am there something that is going to make sense, that is going to be beautiful, and a lot more, but these ones I mentioned.
So growing up in the East and doing music in the East, what are the challenges that you faced?
Money. Money was a very, very big challenge for me. Yes, money is a big challenge to any upcoming artist where you see. Money is a big thing. When money is not a problem, there are other problems, but money is like the major problem that we all face.
Okay.
Because money, in terms of music now, because the first thing now is even a good production, a good song. I remember leaving my producer then. Oh, you go charge him. I came to him, I told him, because I was still in secondary school, I came to him, I told him that I wanted to make so projects. He now gave me the charge, which was not even high at that time. But because I was a secondary school student, we did chop from hand to mouth now, that kind of thing. I went to meet another person. No be person tell me, make I go back. Now imagine if I couldn't raise the money to go back. There will probably be no Paddy K today, because I'll keep on dropping whack music, whack productions, whack sounds. So money was a very big challenge for me. But thank God, over time, my team, my brothers, Zik Music and Elite Gig, everybody come put hands together, say let's push this thing, let's make this dream a reality. And fast forward today, in as much as money is not growing on trees, we are trying to maximize what we have to get the best results. So money was a big problem for me.
What's the craziest thing that has happened to you throughout the period of time you've stayed in the industry?
The craziest thing that has happened to me, a lot of crazy things have happened.
Give me two.
But I'm trying to figure out one or two things that I would say are the craziest things. The craziest things. Okay, one of the craziest things that happened to me was, I think 2 months ago, I was at a hotel recently and I saw these two girls by the reception, and they wanted to have a threesome. Like, they were disturbing my manager. They want to be with Paddy K, want to see him. Bro, that was like a very crazy experience for me. As I said, Paddy K, this one. Now they were forcing themselves on me, and it was crazy because I don't know. I didn't know how to handle that situation. Having to see women. So it was a very crazy experience. Another crazy experience I had was when my Instagram account went down.
Oh.
It was a personal crazy experience, but it was very crazy to me. After growing my account to like over 5,000 followers, 2024, I lost the account. I felt like giving up, I won't lie. But thank God for my team and everybody around me saying, no, guy, no, we have to do this again. And fast forward to today, we have over 17,000 followers on the new Instagram account that was opened. So that was a very crazy experience for me. That time I had the likes of you following me. You were following me that time. I said, guys, all these people waiting go so up. But I kept believing and pushing, and fast forward to today.
Okay. How do you feel with regards to the kind of acceptance you are getting from the Southeast right now?
I feel blessed. If there's any word that has more weight than blessed, I feel blessed. Because coming to shows and people are singing along, the OGs are recognizing you, people are calling your name. I feel blessed, and I feel like it's something everybody can do. Because I won't tell you how I feel without telling you how you can also feel that way. I have a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of artists. Maybe all of us they struggle together, but like as it be now, some of us still they like try get up. So to every artist out there pushing through, like they say they want you for stage, all those things, don't worry. Just keep doing you. You're going to feel great someday.
You say something about stage being that guy that, stayed with you. According to what you said, what's your relationship with stage?
Stage is a good guy. Yeah, that was stage now. He's a very, very chill guy. Because when I did the anxiety song, even prior to that time, stage was there. But when I did the anxiety song, Stage was the first person, the first artist to make a video. Like, he kept camera or made video vibing to my song. You know what that means? Vibe to my song. I think he was in Morocco at that time.
Oh.
Yes, he made a video, posted on TikTok. That was a very great moment for me. I was like, Stage. So Stage has been a brother from day one. Shout out to Stage. And on his tour, we went to almost every school together, and by God's grace, we shut it down, killed it. We brought the healing and everything to every school, almost every school in the Southeast. And I'm looking forward to doing more with him.
Okay.
Yes, he's a really
Have you had any media throw that's really, got to you?
Media throw that got to me? Media throw that got to me? No, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think I've had any media throw that got to me. There are media throws though, but I don't think I've had anyone that got to me. Okay. Nah, I don't think.
Okay, so let's dive into your promotions and how you do your thing, because right now I see you pushing wishes.
Yes.
Even that GCC3 where you talk, you don't go there for one blue GCC3. Shoot count. So how do you go about your promotions?
Well, as for my promotions, I have my team.
Okay.
Yeah, Elite Gig Management. They help me to the ones I can't do. Those behind the scene work, they help me with a lot of that.
Okay.
They help me with a lot of that. But on my own end, I try to promote my songs. I make contents for it. I'm still that guy to come to a gathering and I'm telling people how far they sing go. See my song go. In as much as sometimes they say, I know you, but then I still do it. I still push for it. I come to you guys, say, how far guys, see my music. So every little opportunity I get, I promote myself. I didn't even waste the time. Because this is what I want to use to change my life, to feed my family, to help generations. Because that's the main reason why I'm even doing music. I'm seeing music as a channel where money will come from and I will help people. Through my sound and through the resources from music, help a lot of people. So the promotion is going fine. My team doing the best job they can with the resources we have. And I'm also pushing the best I can. So the dream is to conquer. And in that dream to conquer, my team is doing well. Shout out to Elite Gig. Shout out to Zik Music.
Okay. So anything you make kitano na lono na kitaka sigije gutano.
Can answer kwefele. But yes na. Yes na. Anything will make me go my family house now.
Yeah.
You gotta say fella now.
I say.
Go last born.
Mother netwagi.
Man, 5.
You are the only
I'm the only boy in my family. Oh. Yes, I have 5 elders.
How does that feel?
It feels lovely. Women know how to love. God, women, Jesus Christ, they know how to love.
I see the reason why you decided to do love first. Because
there was a lot of love.
A lot of love.
Plenty. They could do anything for you, literally anything. They have nature, they will do it for you. But you go at a point, love backside. That kind of love is not meant to be around a man like that. As a man, you have to pull out of that love. Keep a good in the street, enter the street and see what is happening there. So on the street, I can buy it. So anytime I go to my house, nobody will watch the place now. Is it my mom? Is it my dad? I be on the town, get on matter. They say for that. As funny as it sounds.
Okay, so we're rounding up this. So, what is that one thing you have to tell people that are seeing this right now concerning your story? You know how you started, where you are right now, and probably a lot of Afrobeat artists in the East, they're living. A
Yes.
lot are living. The ones that are remaining in the East, I don't know, okay, make them, I don't know, okay, Haiti, one end point like that, jaba drum.
I seen that there move.
You get that kind of thing. So what do you have to tell them from your story?
Well, the first message I have now is for my fellow artists, the ones doing Afrobeats precisely, is that just keep doing what you're doing, you know, and you can always try to change a little something in your music. Like, Imaguna, I believe Yotago, Epakaino. So, no katapu, social Igbo. Yotago can relate with your people. Kamakwana, Ibo one of us. You understand? Because me, I would never English. Igbo Koga, once you hear it, it relates to you immediately. So there are some things you need to say in Igbo. Counter the intensity of each Igbo. So that we'll understand it immediately. So that's my advice to them, and everybody should keep pushing. Keep doing what you know how to do best. Try to develop yourself every day. You can't be the same person you were yesterday, today, and you want changes to happen. You have to keep learning every day. You have to keep building yourself every day. So that's basically what I have to say to them. Or they are magic. You have to work. If you don't work, nothing will change. I'm not the type to tell you that you will make money. This year is your year. You have to work. You can't be making wishes without working. So shout out to every artist out there. Put in the necessary work. Believe in yourself, because everything starts from you. No amount of negativity should pull you down.
Yeah, let's start from your last project, wishes. So what are the 3 things you wish for right now?
I wish for a successful career.
1.
Yes, that's 1. Number 2, I wish for peace of mind. That's what I wish for. And the 3rd one is a very big wish. I wish nobody will suffer again. I've offered them a word, it's too much. I wish nobody will suffer again, but then suffering is important sometimes. When as much as it is important, I wish na Chineke get benete to WAKA. Na afufunde mmadụ na-ata. People are not eating. People are not going to school anymore. People are not even like the least clothes. You know, people are going through a lot and only with them. You understand? So that's my wish. I wish everything will just be fine. Even as I'm even talking about it like this,
I feel you. So the G63 where you wish for wishes not just.
Now him be successful career now.
Oh.
Yes now. Who succeed go buy go tier G63 now.
So that night now your favorite car be that?
Yes. He go come.
Which color?
Camouflage.
Abi?
Yes. He go come. He know distant time.
Sharp. I deal with you.
Yes.
So who are the producers that you have worked with throughout your career? And, you know, how do you work with them?
Funny enough, I've worked with just 2 producers.
Oh.
Yeah, I've worked with Blazer. I worked with Blazer on my first song, and now I work with Trip Beats. You know, so over time, I've worked with Trip Beats for like 5 years. You know, the majority of my career years, I've been with Trip Beats, and our production, process is very beautiful. Because of somebody that understands what I want. He understands what I want, the message I want to pass. And that's how he is for other artists that he works with. You know, but for me, he's been that guy. You know, the creative process and everything. He even sends you the day he sent me the beat of Anxiety, I tell him, say, bro, now that song. Because I was feeling something and I needed something that would make me say what I have in mind. Or yeah, but that person that understands exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it. So the moment that beat, I even called him a bastard. I tell him, I say, guy, you be bastard. For this beat now we send, you be bastard. Because I hear the beat, I don't dey talk. I no good in beat, I first dey shout. Without lyrics, I don't dey scream. I dey scream. I've been, So he's been that guy. We've been working over time, and only lucky he booked the best in me. So I think every artist needs a producer like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So rounding up this interview, where do you see yourself in like a couple of years? Let's say 2 to 3 years.
I see myself everywhere, bro. I see myself in every family, in every country, in every continent. I see myself at the top. And as I am at the top, I also see myself bringing people to the top. In as much as it doesn't feel like it's going to be easy to bring people to the top, but I will try my best to help people. Because like I said earlier, music is a route for me to help people. I know what it feels like to come from hunger. And in the next 2 to 3 years, I see myself touring the world, doing great things that nobody expected that I will do. Doing beautiful things, and I will show the world that Southeast can produce a star, can produce a gem. And that's what will be happening in the next 3 years. And I hope to have you anchoring my shows too. I see myself and I see you too.
Sharp, love it.
Okay, man.
You know,
Okay, man.
So, but you're still young, and let me say young and getting it, because I see you crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Who are those artists that you really, really look up to? You know, those are artists, you see their progression, you see the kind of wave they are making, and you be like, okay, this looks like, you know, the blueprint I can get, switched a little bit to get to my destination.
Well, first of all, I'll say Rema.
Okay.
Yeah, secondly, Ashake. And many more people, bro. Like, all those niggas at the top. But you see Rema, you know why I said Rema? Because Rema had a change in his sound. Just like I did.
True.
He had a major switch in his sound. And I feel like the guy was somebody, he keeps pushing and he keeps redefining himself over and over and over again. Even Ashake too, you know. I don't want to talk about Whiskey, Bonner. Those ones are our fathers in Lagos. I don't know, like, those ones go far. I guess let's talk about, you know, the people that are close, you know, in age and, you know, generation and all. So I think Rema, Ashake, Thames, bro. Thames is doing it. Thames is killing it. So I look at these people, their achievements, their awards, and everything they have. And, you know, Flavor, Fino, all those people, like, they've made, you know, Fino, them, they are the OGs. They don't even, I know they're not conversational, but then I have to call them, because even when I was small, those were the people I was looking up to. You know, I looked at their achievements, the way they sold out stadiums as Igbo people. And I felt like, well, I'm going to do this. So those are the people I'm looking up to.
So what's the craziest thing you did for money? Or have ever done for money?
Craziest thing I've ever done for money. Craziest thing I've ever done for money. Okay. The thing I had look crazy. Now the list of things where people don't do.
Okay.
You get. But then you get one RC depot where I've been the work for.
Okay.
So when RC they
that
pop,
drink.
you get one depot. You know the way they pop that time, you know how crazy it is to load all those drinks from the depot. So me, I go come tell the guy, say, make you know to bring people come to their beg. I know I was selfish at that time. But I told him that the boss where did they say, make you know to bring me and my nigga, we did like 3, we'll load one full trailer of RC, put them for warehouse, put here from warehouse, TFP and a motor. My parents had a problem with that, but what to do, my bro?
For food depot, drinks
Food depot like this, we go load one trailer.
Like trailer, not be diner.
Trailer, I need to put my son some money. That was when I bought my phone. Now, maybe 1.5 or 3,000, all depend. 1.5, 3,000. The man, they happy. Sometimes we go take my meat pie at Atakwa. So that was the point where I started becoming a man. Back at me crazy things, but this was very crazy because I'm a year for that period. You know, I go trailer. So it was a very crazy one. It was a crazy thing I did to make money. Now this is to my listeners.
Okay.
You know, I've never had a one-on-one conversation with them, but I see their comments on my page. I see their requests, and I see how they feel about my music and how my music makes them feel. But ain't you know, is this? The next time I'll have an event, I'll have a meet and greet with all of you, all my listeners. Because I see your comments. I see the things they want to have conversations with me. They want to tell me how they feel. And even some guys go ahead to kill the shame and say those things in the comments. Big respect to them. You know, they should keep pushing. Don't give up. You understand? Everybody comes and says, don't give up, believe it. But this is coming from me. Don't give up, because I will meet you soon. You understand? Whoever you are that is listening to my music and experiencing what I'm experiencing, and you're feeling what I'm feeling, I will meet you soon. That's what I want to say.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, I'll see you soon.
And that's how Voice of the East, we also see you soon as we wrap this up. Thank you very much for coming.
Brother.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Much respect.